This is the Russian dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy James. This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Yo, what's up? This is the Maniac, Mike Biggs, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the Maniac, Mike Biggs.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's great to be here with James here at Wrestling with Entertainment. You can catch me on Instagram at the Maniac_Mike Biggs. You can find me on Facebook at Mike Salazr, and you can also hit me up on TikTok as well. Same name. Yeah, I'm really excited and happy to be here, man. Really am. Finally get to speak with you today.
Absolutely. We're excited to talk to you as well. And where can we find merchandise as well?
Right now, merchandise is in the works, but you can find some of my stuff at Pro Wrestling. What is it called? ProWrestlingTees.com/Mike Biggs.
Perfect. And where can we find you next, event-wise as well?
I will be up in Killeen, Texas, in May 23rd? Yes. It's going to be in May 23rd. I'll be up in Killeen, Texas. I also have a show on April 11th. That's literally right around the corner up in let me try to remember. The Manic Mind always thinks about other things besides what's important to him, which is insane. Give me 1 second. Yes, April 11th, I will be in Seguin, Texas for Premier Event Wrestling, Lucha Libre.
Perfect. And you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media and merchandise will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Alright, let's get into it. You recently worked in Puerto Rico for the first time. What was that experience like wrestling there?
Man, Puerto Rico, it was a great experience, like I've never actually seen before in here, as I've been traveling around the country as well. In Puerto Rico, man, they provide great hospitality. They treat you like a king over there. Also, the wrestling culture is just so strong there. They love everything and anything about wrestling. They know the histories. They know a lot. Everybody that get into it, and everybody that I've met in Puerto Rico, and shout out to Attitude Wrestling Academy for giving me the opportunity to go out there to Puerto Rico to showcase my work. But yeah, like they provide great hospitality. They treat you well. The food is amazing. If you love food, you're gonna love Puerto Rican food for sure. And they just like it's kind of hard to explain, man, because it's just so good. There's so many positive things over there in Puerto Rico, and then within the culture and wrestling and stuff. They it gives you, like, I'm just excited about thinking about it, because like my time to go back is soon, and I will definitely give it to recommend other wrestlers and other performers to go out there and showcase the work. And I'm telling you, you get over, and then like after the show, like people were just coming up to me and they were taking pictures with me. Like I've never had a big crowd come to me and like want to take pictures with me. They just love the culture of wrestling out there in Puerto Rico. It's amazing. The site's beautiful.
Seems like it was a really good learning experience, no?
Yes, it was a very good learning experience. I learned how to wrestle with like different with a different style. They showcase a lot of good American and lucha style mix as I wrestle American style and strong style. So it's different. It is different. I worked Manny Ferno. He's actually one of the top guys there in Puerto Rico, Manny Ferno, and the communication was great. He provided. He was just a very safe person. He provided great advice after as well. He showed me like pretty much the ins and outs of with these guys. Like they, man, sorry, it's hard to talk right now, man.
No
My
worries.
mind's going like I'm just thinking and thinking. My mind's going crazy right now. But yeah, the learning experience in Puerto Rico is different than what you get here. What you get here in Texas. Uh, they they're they're a lot more like into it. They showcase what they're about. You know, they give you the business. They don't play around in Puerto Rico. Wrestling over there is anything and everything to them. So going out there and learning how their culture works, learning how their style works was good because that gave me the ability to work with that style when I come to other events and I wrestle at other places and other promotions that have similar styles. Yeah, man, it was overall in Puerto Rico. It's really great. Like there was a lot different than what I've seen before for sure. And not just within the wrestling, but with the people that go and watch these shows. Um, they don't play around either. Man, they'll come across that gate. They'll come across the gates, the barriers to try to get a piece of you. You know, it's similar to like Mexico's wrestling culture, but I feel like Puerto Rico's culture, it could be a little bit more stronger than what I've seen in Mexico.
It's still real to them, damn it.
Definitely, definitely. I do like. I mean, I watch a lot of Japan wrestling from the '90s, and and there it's the same thing. They hit. It looks real. It's energetic. It's like body language is insane. They like it's like if you're watching a bull, bull work. He looks at you, he gives you that stare. That's kind of like how you kind of give it with wrestling. You focus. They have that focus. They don't mess around. Mm-mm. Not at all.
Well, you mentioned it. You said the food was delicious. What was you eating in Puerto Rico?
So they're very popular for their I think they're called empanadas. I think that's what they're called. It's like a dough, like a bread that's stuffed in with different types. It can be sweet, it can be like savory, spicy. So I mean that's a lot of what I ate over there was the empanadas. The women of the wrestlers in Puerto Rico, I believe, actually put it all together for them, and that's what I love about that too. Like that's why I say that their culture is strong because they take care of one another. They treat each other the way that you're supposed to be treated. They treat you like family, no matter where you're from. So the food was like absolutely delicious. I ate a lot of the empanadas. They had these hot dogs. They were like I don't know. They had like some chili and it had some like chips on top, or it looked like fries or something on top. I don't know. It was pretty crazy. Like the food there is a little different. They had like these chimichanga type things that had like a pizza stuffing inside of it, and they had like meat with cheese. They had like the spicy meats and then a lot of the regular drinks that you can get here too in the States. So stuff like that.
Hell yeah. Sounds delicious.
Yeah. Oh no, I did forget one. Okay, so there was one spot there too as well. It was a Chinese spot, but something about that Chinese spot was a little bit different because it wasn't like just Chinese. It had a hint of like Mexican inside of it too, like Mexican food with that Chinese. So you can get like fried rice and like chow mein or lao mein. My bad, lao mein. Like with like any type of like Mexican side or like any Mexican type of entree. It was very different in Puerto Rico. The foods were very different there.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Gonna try Puerto Rican Chinese food if I ever
yeah,
made its way down there.
definitely. It was yeah, it was. I wasn't even expecting that Chinese restaurant to be there. Once they said, "Hey, we're gonna go get some Chinese down the street," and I'm just like, "Wait, what? Chinese in Puerto Rico?" I wouldn't even expect that. That was like way out of my head.
Yeah, definitely not on your bingo card when it comes to things you want to do in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but in here in the States, well, when I travel here with others, getting Chinese food is actually a tradition for some reason. And what I learned is that they have I know a couple of guys that actually go and they like to get they get wonton soup, or they'll get fried what's it called, fried egg, what's that? Egg fried rice, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, egg fried rice or
Yeah, they get a lot of egg fried
barbecue
rice.
pork fried
It's like
rice.
a yeah, and it's like a tradition for most. So I guess that's like how they kind of treat it over there. Like, like, hey, let's get Chinese food is kind of like a tradition to do before you go out and work. It's it's pretty cool to see that too as well. So even doing that, I developed my own traditions when it comes to eating. I go to buffet. Man, I go to buffet and I eat all that up. Good carbo load before a show, and trust me, everybody's like, dude, don't eat that much because you're gonna puke. Nope. When I eat, man, I eat. Gives me good energy for a good match. A lot of people don't know that even though I am as big as I am, my metabolism is actually pretty high. So I eat, and then like an hour and a half later, I'm hungry again. But I know that I'm not supposed to eat as much, so I keep it as is.
You got that Goku energy. He eats like a really big meal right before he fights.
And that's cool. And it's funny that you bring up Goku, man. I love Dragon Ball, man. Dragon Ball is by far my favorite anime. I grew up on Dragon Ball. And you know what? Most people are probably gonna hate me on this, but I believe that Dragon Ball GT is better than Dragon Ball Z. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
Well,
grew up. I grew up watching Dragon Ball. I started watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT, and then I went in Dragon Ball Z. But for some reason, my love for GT will always be over Z. I love the Super Series, but GT is where it's at.
well, I definitely agree with you when it comes to GT over Super, because I feel like GT really put a nice bow on at the end of the Dragon Ball series. And I just think
Hmm.
that all around it was just a banger of a show. Obviously
Oh yeah, man.
a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not canon." Well, it's canon to me, damn it. Like I grew
Yeah,
up
it
with that
is.
shit.
It is. Hell yeah. I love the Dragon Ball Z series, man, but for some reason, I mean, I think it's just me being biased because I grew up watching GT first before Z, but
Okay.
I don't know, for some reason, like when people tell me, hey, GT or Z, I'm like, nah, bro, GT. I love GT. But I love Z series. The Z series is still amazing. I love the Cell Saga. Cell Saga is my favorite series in the Z series. Um and yeah, man, I'm a Cell fan. I love Cell. He was Cell was a pure genius. You know what I mean? And all he wanted to do was square up. He didn't even want to destroy nothing. He just wanted to square up. That's all he wanted to do. And I love to just square up. That's just how I am. The maniac Mike Biggs loves to just square up.
Absolute perfection.
Yeah,
How did you
yeah,
feel?
so
How did you feel about the Dragon Ball Super movie where, obviously Frieza got, a whole resurrection arc, but Cell got a giant kaiju.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about Dragon Ball Super Superheroes?
Yes,
Okay, so loved the movie, hated that Cell was a giant kaiju.
agreed.
Um, um, but Resurrection F is out of the movies, would be possible. No, sorry, I'm lying. What's it called? Uh, it's the one where Goku went against Beerus. It's that movie.
Battle of the Gods.
Yes, by far my favorite movie. Battle of the Gods is hands down the best anime Dragon Ball movie ever made. And I'm gonna tell you why. So when they got down into the fight, my favorite part of that movie was when Goku was getting crushed, but he was in Super Saiyan mode. He wasn't in God mode no more. He was fighting Beerus in Super Saiyan mode. See, what I love about that is that it's an underdog versus the top high, the strongest man in their universe. So it's like damn, that's kind of like how I am. I came from the bottom, but I fought my way to get to the top, and that's what he did. He got surrounded and crushed in by those rocks, but because his spirit never broke, it gave him the motivation to burst out and fight back Beerus, not only in Super Saiyan mode, but in normal, like literally when he was just normal Goku. So it's just the fighting spirit that Goku had in that movie going against Beerus, regardless if his powers were given to him by five other Saiyans. Doesn't matter. It was the fight that he gave, and that's what I'm about. I'm about giving you the fight. I'm about giving you until either you're done or until I die. That's just me. You know what I mean? That's why I love that movie. As far as Resurrection F, when they showcased Super Saiyan Blue, that was like a lot of the reasons why I liked that one was just because they showcased Super Saiyan Blue in that one, and that was like hell yeah. But yeah, Battle of the Gods was a banger of a movie, and I love that movie. That's a movie I could watch on repeat.
So you said that the Cell Saga is your favorite saga from Z. What's your favorite saga from GT?
My favorite saga from GT.
Yes.
Let's see. Shoot, I mean, I love GT. Out of all GT is like the Dragon Ball series. Out of the saga wise, that's crazy. I didn't know GT had sagas. I thought it was just because I know that GT was only 2 seasons long.
There's 4 arcs, I believe. There's the Black Star Dragon Ball, the Baby Saga, Super 17 Saga, and obviously the Omega Shenron arc.
Okay, yes. Okay, so I mean, everybody's gonna love the ending. Yes, okay, so there are sagas. I just never paid attention enough to know that there were sagas in GT. That's on me. That's on me, guys. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. But yeah, no. Definitely the Baby Saga. It's between the Baby Saga and Super Android 17. Those were crazy fights. I was like, damn, Baby. And then when Baby had took over Vegeta. I thought that everybody was done for. I was like, oh hell no. I was like, there's no way that you're surviving this one, man. But yeah, they got him out. They defeated Baby, and I think Baby had a twin.
Did he?
I think there was 2 of them, I believe, 2 as well.
But I think that they killed that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a really long time since I've seen GT.
Yeah, I gotta. Man, you know what? This is the world saying, go watch some more GT. That's what that's saying. No, but yeah, the Baby Saga and the Super Android 17 was probably my favorite. Those 2 were my favorites. Those fights were were good. I mean, I love the Omega Shenron. It was Omega Shenron, I believe.
Yep.
That was a good fight. I mean, but it's a boss fight, so the boss fights are always going to be bangers.
Right.
So it's like, so it's by default it's really the Super Android 17 and then the baby, but yeah. So those are like the best sagas right there for GT.
Now, talking about boss fights, getting back to pro wrestling.
Yes, there we got off track, right? See,
yes.
talk about anything.
We're known for our sidetracks.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your rivalry with Black Belt Jesse James?
Oh, our rivalry is strong. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because one, Black Belt Jesse James is a legitimate black belt. That ain't no fake BS. That's legitimate. He is a black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. And I think he does more than that too. I know he does some Muay Thai as well, but he is a legit black belt. And Black Belt Jesse James is strong. He's smart. He's got technique. He's fast, and and he knows how to outsmart. So I give all kudos to Black Belt Jesse James. As much as I want to beat his brains out, I still got that respect for you. But Black Belt Jesse James is be where you at, because I will find you. Anyways, sorry, that was sorry, man. That was a Manic speaking. That's my fault. But no, our rivalry, like I said, it's strong. We fought. I believe our first fight was in Memphis, Tennessee. You can actually find it on VCA Wrestling, Velocity Championship Action Wrestling on YouTube. They are a TV promotion, but they post their episodes also on YouTube because they're only on TV in Memphis. But that was our first bout. It was a tag team match. It was Black Belt Jesse James and Spider-Man versus my tag partner, Eric, or we call him EB, or Easy E, or he has a whole lot of names. But yeah, he's my tag partner, and we went against him. Me and Jesse, we got our little action in the ring. I tried to go, and he had me in an armbar. And this is where the outsmarting comes. He had me in an armbar, and I tried to hit him in that corner, but he ended up getting using, I don't know where the hell that came from, walked up the damn turnbuckle, came around, and then he gave me a clean arm drag, and I caught me off surprise, caught me off guard, and that's where the outsmart, the strength, the speed comes from, So as I am a brawler, and I am a crazy brawler at that, he did everything he could to stay away from me. But I believe me and Black Belt Jesse James, if you're counting the tag team match and then the match that we had in, at Paradox for Dog Pound Championship Wrestling at Big's Burger Joint, I believe we're 1-1 right now, if I'm not mistaken, because we also had a tag team match with his actual tag team partner, Kickstart My Heart. His name is Michael Hart. Sorry, his name is Michael Hart. And we had a tag. My tag partner Eric. We are the Fallout. They, we had our match right there too as well. We got me and Jesse. We got our shit in, and we were just like, same deal. Outsmart. That part I did get over on that one. Showcased my strength. And showed him that I wasn't scared of a black belt. I'm not scared of anybody, to be honest with you. The Maniac Mike Biggs doesn't run off, and doesn't run away. I fight until I win, And then when Black Belt Jesse James came into the picture, I was happy because I actually had a challenge. Because anybody else that I went against had nothing and didn't want anything to do with me after I was done, But he wanted to continue fighting. He wanted to continue going, and I believe that mine and Black Belt Jesse James's rivalry is probably the strongest rivalry I've ever had. By far, the best rivalry I had because our matches were great. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved seeing what we can do, but they didn't know that I was actually trying to kill this guy. They thought that it was a game. They thought it was fun and game. No, I was trying to legitimately kill this guy. But like I said, outsmarted. He got out of the way as much as he can. He got one. I got one. So hopefully there's going to be another one soon where me and him are going to go against each other, and I can't wait for that to come.
So definitely not over between the two of you.
Say that one more time.
It's definitely not over between the two of you.
Oh, no, it's never over. With any of my opponents, it ain't over until they either say it's over or until I'm bored and I get done. But with me and Black Belt Jesse James, I don't believe our rivalry is over. I believe that we still need to get a fight in. I say we get one more in and we go all out. Probably, hopefully, in no DQ match, so I can do anything I want to him, and he can do anything he wants to me.
Okay. Now, you mentioned it. How did Black Belt get Spider-Man? How did you end up wrestling Spider-Man?
Oh man, funny story. It's a funny story. Funny story, right? So the first time I went up to Memphis, it was me and my tag partner. We had a match against match against Michael Hart, who is the other half of Kickstart My Heart with Black Belt Jesse James, and Spider-Man was actually on his team as well. So Spider-Man, he goes to Memphis. He goes to Memphis and he fights. He said, "Hey man," he's all, "I just want to fight today." You know what I mean? Who do I know who Spider-Man is? Hell no. I have no idea who he is. He's never showed his face. He's always worn his thing. But I mean, he got it. He pulled off the dub on that one. But yeah, I have no idea where he came from. To be honest with you, I don't know where Spider-Man came from. All I know is that I showed up to Memphis, and then an hour later, he was there. And then I was told that me and my tag partner were gonna go against him, go against Michael Hart and Spider-Man. And we were like, "What the heck, Spider-Man?" And then he just pops up and says, "Hey guys, I'm Spider-Man." And then that was it. That was literally how it happened. There was no crazy introduction, no special entrance. It was just, "Hey guys," and that was it. And then we went inside that ring. We fought. I mean, he's Spider-Man, so I mean, he same thing with Black Belt Jesse James. He got that he got the speed, he got the outsmarting, he got brains. Obviously he has awareness with all the senses that he gets, so it was hard to get anything on him. Every time I threw something, there he was, dodging and dodging. I would consider it cheating though, because he has a spidey sense. But I guess that's what he was using, because I ended up not going over in that one. I ended up getting hit, I think, with a reverse DDT. And then all I saw was Spider-Man in the air for a frog splash. And then boom, 1, 2, 3, that was it. And then I don't remember what happened after that.
All right, so the very mysterious Spider-Man. It seems like you have unfinished business with Spider-Man as well.
Well, whenever I can get down to Memphis again, and maybe he'll be there. I'm not too sure, but if Spider-Man wants it, he can come get it.
Well, let's talk about, you mentioned him, your tag team partner in Fallout, Eric.
Oh yeah, EB, man. Oh man, EB's a great guy. He's awesome. He's ever since I started training with him and going to training at Dog Pound with him and stuff, he's always been a good motivator. Sometimes it can get a little annoying, but hey, all tag partners get annoying, but it's okay. I love EB. He's great. He loves. He's actually going to be with me on the 23rd. When I go to, where was I going again? The 23rd. Killeen. He'll be with me in Killeen, Texas on the 23rd for Wrestling ICU. And then, yeah, man, I mean, we're trying to get the Fallout, definitely in the independent scene to finally, push us, because we kind of like lost touch with the tag team deal, and I did a lot more of the singles matches as I was getting pushed as a singles guy. So yeah, I mean, Evie's good. He's a good wrestler. He knows how to work. He knows how to do his job. He's the same as me. He doesn't give up. He's got spirit. He's got fight. He won't give up for nobody. He don't take nobody's shit. He's all around a great guy. I mean, I love having him as a tag partner. I love having him, by my side whenever he can be by my side. And sometimes we'll get a little work in together, a little workout. He'll come to the gym with me every now and then, but we got life happens and stuff, so we got life to tend to. But other than that, EB's great. Eric, he's great. He's definitely learned a lot, especially from me, because sometimes I have to give him the grind, like, hey man, like let's get it, like let's push, let's go, don't stop, don't give up. But now he's starting to understand that. Now he's starting to do it on his own, and I give, and I'm proud of him. I think this past Sunday, he was in a tag match with. It wasn't with me. I wasn't wrestling last Sunday. This past Sunday, it was him and his name's Langley, I believe. I think he told me his name was Langley, and everybody told me that he did a phenomenal job and that everybody loved him and stuff like that. So I was very happy to hear that, and that EB is growing not only as a person but as a professional wrestler as well.
What's a pet peeve about him that you just don't understand?
But he thinks he knows it all. He thinks he knows it all. I mean, but that's how a lot of us are, man. We all think we know it all. We all think that we can outsmart the other, or we can bicker about it all they want. But that's just a little bit of the pet peeve. But that's EB. That's just how he's always been. That's not just how he is with me. That's just how he always been. But he knows his boundaries, and he knows like when to not step over and stuff like that. And the same thing with me and everybody else. We all have our boundaries and stuff. So like when it comes to teaching and teaching and learning, we let the vets do the teaching, and we are the learning. We are the ones that learn, the younger guys. So that's something that he's learned as well. But other than that, no. I mean, EB's funny as hell. I love hanging out with EB, especially when we travel together. It's a good, conversations are good. Music is good, and we just kind of just drive and just chill. It makes time go by a lot faster for sure.
Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but you started out as Mike Biggs. Then you transferred to using your government name, and then you went back to Mike Biggs, correct?
Yes. So yeah, this is a long story, and I hope you got time for it.
I got time for it.
All right, cool. So yeah, so I started. Okay, so a lot of wrestlers, I didn't start in a professional wrestling school up until a year after I actually started wrestling. So I started wrestling in the backyard wrestling scene as Mike Biggs. That was just my Mike Biggs, and that was it. And it was something that was done for fun. Like I never thought that I would elevate to where I am today. I never thought that, oh shit, like I'm gonna travel, I'm gonna wrestle other promotions, I'm gonna make a name for myself. That was never in my books. It was just, hey, my buddy Caleb, who owns Elite Breakout Wrestling now in Poteet, Texas, which is another indie wrestling promotion out here. He just messaged me one day. He was just like, "Hey man," he was like, I just bought a what was it? I think it's a 16x16 ring, and I'm gonna start doing this backyard wrestling YouTube stuff. You want to wrestle?" And I'm like, I thought about it for a minute. I thought about it for a bit, and I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Back then, then at that time, I was a lazy sack of nobody, man. I weighed over 350 pounds. I wasn't doing anything with my life besides going to work and just going home, with my wife and stuff like that. But once I started up into the wrestling, once I started wrestling, I started seeing what it was doing for me health wise. So after about a year of doing that, I finally decided, hey, I wanted to start wrestling school. I talked to my wife about it. She was all for it. And how that happened was I went to there's a gym here in San Antonio. It's called is it Texas Wolverines Academy? It's TWA Texas, something like that. And they had two rings. They had a ring in the center of the place, and then they had a ring in the back. And with the ring in the center was getting used by a trainer. His name is Rudy Gonzalez. So as I was training this back there, he came and he picked me up. So while I was wrestling that's when I was wrestling as Mike Biggs. I did the whole scene as Mike, that whole 1 year as Mike Biggs. And then I think out of that whole year, I only did one independent show out in Silsbee, Texas, for like another like indie promotion. I forgot it's called like SWF. I think that's what they're called. I think it's SWF, yeah. And that was like the only time I went out to another indie promotion and did that as Mike Biggs. And after that, I was just strictly with just that backyard promotion, just doing whatever that was. And so when I was training at that gym, I was just by myself doing rolls, trying to figure out, how to get better at doing things, because I didn't really have anybody to train with. I didn't have anybody to really show me anything. So he ended up coming back. He said he saw me. He was like, "Hey, what's your name?" I go, "My name is Mike." And then he told me, "Hey, you can come train with us." So that's when I started training with Texas Wrestling Academy. I started my professional training and my fundamentals with them. And it was and that's when my name changed right there. So I went from Mike Biggs, and then that's where I came into my government, which was my government name, Mike Salazr. And I was showcased as the bully, Mike Salazr. And I was pretty much getting built up to be like my trainer. It was all about the fundamentals, and that's where I learned, all my fundamentals, all of like my kind of like my storytelling and pretty much everything that I know now. But so that's when he didn't like my name, Mike Biggs, and as somebody who was new into the wrestling scene, when it comes to your trainer, you gotta kind of listen to your trainer,
Right.
like you gotta give him that respect as a vet, and he because in that retrospect, that he knows more than you. So I said, okay, let's change my name, and that's when he told me the bully Mike Salazr. And I was like, okay. So I ran with the bully Mike Salazr for about 2 years into my career. I went around as that, and then I had ended up leaving. TWA last July. There was some mishaps that happened that I can't really talk about here, because it's more of a personal matter than it is a training matter. But yeah, so I went there. After I went there, I ended up going to Dog Pound that same day, because that same day that I left TWA, I went to Dog Pound, and that was because my friend Eli, who is one of the greatest. He's actually the Puerto Rican Machine, Model Vic, NWA Texas superstar. He messaged me, "Hey man, come here. Rodney would love to have you, and we can get some work in." And I was like, okay. So I ended up going to Dog Pound, and I was with Dog Pound for them. Right now, I'm currently not with Dog Pound. I am right now an independent contractor, and yeah, man. But me and Rodney are still cool. We talked and everything like that. I wanted to kind of go out and test the waters with the independent scene, and right now it's going pretty good. Um, and I just wanted to do that for a little bit. It's not that I don't like working there. It's just I want to just kind of like spread my wings and kind of like do it on my own. I gave about 4 years of my life into training. Literally Monday through Sunday. I was in that gym. I was in that ring, busting my ass. And making sure that I was able to do it. And then that's what I did. For the first 2 years of my training, it was nonstop. I did slow down my third year, and right now I'm getting into my fourth year as a wrestler. So my third year, it was more like I took the weekends off because I was pushing myself a little too hard. But my first 2 years, I was in the ring day and night, never missed a day, and I couldn't, because this is what I wanted. You know what I mean? This is like this was a fight. But yeah, so I ended up going to Dog Pound. My boy Model Vic, he told me, "Hey man, come here. We'd love to have you." So I went, and that's when Coach Ronnie gave me the Maniac Mike Biggs, and that's when the Maniac Mike Biggs was born. And when I say born, is because I'm not the same Mike Biggs that I was before. I'm different. I'm a little bit more on the tweak side. I'm a little crazier than I was before. I'm a little bit stiffer. I'm always in for a fight, no matter how big you are. That's why. That's why I'm the Maniac. I laugh when I get beaten. I pretty much just kind of like make you feel like you're gonna get the run for your money, because I'm all that in one, and I love to work, and I love to feed the crowd what they want, and if that means beating somebody half to death, then hey, let's do it. you know and then that's the name that I have now, and that's gonna be it forever. That's a name that's never going to change. Mike Biggs came back for a reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was yeah. So now it changed back, and it's been going great. Everybody that I see, "Hey man, you're Mike Biggs. You're Mike Biggs. You're Mike Biggs." Yeah, you're damn right I am.
Well, speaking of, Rodney, you actually got in the ring with Rodney on the show. Was that
Oh yeah, damn, you did your research, huh?
what was that moment like? Sharing a ring with
Oh man,
obviously, WWE alumni.
I'm gonna tell you right now. He's not the first WWE alumni that I've actually been against. Mike Mondo was the first one. Was the first WWE alumni that I got to face.
Right.
But and being with Rodney though, it's a whole different story, because Rodney is full of intensity. He is intense. The way he looks at you is intense. The way he freaking the way you just if you ever seen Rodney fight, that's the way he still is in the ring today. Like that's just how he is. Like his intensity is like through the roof. He makes sure that everything that he does, hurts. And he learning from that experience is great, because he, like I said, like we all know, WWE alumni, like Rodney himself, they know the business. They know what they're doing. So like I said, like when the vets talk, you shut up, and that's it. And yeah, but that experience when I got into the ring, like I wasn't even expecting it. That wasn't the plan. My plan was to go to GCW. That's where we were at. It was in Arkansas, Gladiator Championship Wrestling. Um, wasn't even supposed to be a tag match. I was supposed to have a singles match against their heavyweight champion there, and I forgot his name. But there's a reason why I don't remember his name. Yeah, so I was supposed to go there and fight for that, but then there was an excuse about, oh, he had came back, he was too tired, and but in reality, I know that he was just scared. He was just scared that I was going to beat him and take his title,
Right.
which I still can do. But I said, you know what, whatever. But yeah, so it ended up turning into a tag team match. Again, it was the heavyweight champion and Rodney against me and my tag partner Eric. And what you call it? And it ended. How did it end? Oh yeah, it ended with actually got yeah. I kind of remembered a little bit, because I ended up getting my head whacked with Professor P's book.
Ouch.
Yeah, he got the book, because what's his name? The heavyweight champ. I was trying to get him in that roll up. He went forward and then he dug down, which allowed me to put my head through the ropes. And then I don't know where Professor P came with that book of his and bah, right on my head, knocked me smoothly. And that thing was hard. Shoot, I believe she was harder than this table that I'm sitting at right now for sure, because that knocked me clean out. Fell right to sleep. And then ended up waking up thinking that we were winning and that we won, but we didn't. But people loved us there. It was great. Rodney showcased very good intensity, and it was, being in the ring with Rodney is a little scary. It's a little scary. He he definitely still has it. Anybody that says he don't, they're a bunch of bull. It's a bunch of bull, I'm telling you, because he still got it. Even in training, when he's in that ring, when he's in that ring training too, he'll show you. That switch turns right on. He can turn that switch right off. You know what I mean? And not a lot of people can do that. A lot of people, they turn that switch on and it stays on. And that can ruin you a little bit. But with him, he can turn it on and turn it right off. And it's insane. And it is insane seeing in that. But yeah, that experience was great. I wish we can get back in the ring together, but
Moments like that, are those moments that you kind of take in the moment, or is it something that kind of sits in afterwards? Like, wow, I did this.
It's both. It really is both. Because before you go out there, man, you got jitters. You're nervous. You're shaking. Your hands are sweaty. And it's but you know that it's going to be a learning moment. You know that your work is going to look a lot better because you have somebody like that in the ring with you. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those that you take in the moment, and then at the end, you're like, damn, I really wrestled Rodney Mack. I really went into the ring with Rodney Mack, and we went toe to toe. You know what I mean? Like, that's just something that just comes. It's the same thing with when I went against Mike Mondo. Mike Mondo, I wouldn't, he was supposed to go against, I think Ricky Reyes was actually supposed to be there for that show, and he couldn't show up. And then out of nowhere, this is when I was wrestling with TWA, with Rudy Boy. Out of nowhere, he just my coach, Coach Rudy comes up to me and was just like, "You're going to go against Mike Mondo. Shut up." I'm like, damn. I was like, wait, what? So like when he told me that, like my eyes were like wide open, and I'm like, oh fuck, and my heart started racing. That's the feelings that you get when you go against somebody of that caliber, because you know that, oh, it's going to be a different match. You're gonna learn a lot, and I'm gonna tell you, I learned a lot within that match too, as well as Mike Mondo. The pacing, the timing, the intensity. That's where a lot of my intensity started to come out. Was when I went against Mike Mondo. My intensity came out a little more when I went against Mike Mondo. And yeah, man, it was one of the same thing. And I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna wrestle Mike Mondo. And then after, I was like, holy shit, I wrestled Mike Mondo. and ever since then, like, I felt elevated. Ever since I wrestled Rodney Mack, it's the same thing. I was like, holy shit, I wrestled Rodney Mack, and I felt more elevated. I felt like like my career meant a little more than what it used to mean. And then right now, it's just it just keeps going from there. It just keeps progressing.
Now, outside of the ring, um, you have a very interesting vlog where you walk out and interview other wrestlers. Can you tell us about that and how it came to be as well?
I don't currently do that right now, just because gym wise and then wrestling wise, and a lot of the guys that I try to get a hold of are always busy. So I kind of just right now I am planning on bringing it back though. It is coming back.
Okay.
It is going to come back soon. But yes, how that came about, long like back then, like way before wrestling, I actually used to be a vlogger. Not that big of a popular one, but like I had a little bit of a name and a little bit of a subscription following, whatever. But yeah, that's where that happened from. I love anything that has to do with videography. So vlogging was one of those things that I like to do. And then I had stopped doing that, and then when I came to Dog Pound, social media is like everything now for wrestling. Social media is the backbone to getting your name out there, because that's something that everybody's on every single day. So my idea was to help get these guys' names out there and give them a platform to talk about stuff like that. And it started with, I think I did interview Model Vic, I interviewed El Maton, I interviewed and I think I also interviewed my tag partner Eric. He was also in the video, and then I did a few solo vlogs as well. But yeah, the vlogs I don't know, it just came about, man. It was like muscle memory. It was like, oh crap, you know what? I know how to do this, so let's do it. And then ended up becoming like a cool thing. A lot of the guys on my Facebook page, they watch it, whatever, and they say that they love the videos, and sometimes I get messages about when they're gonna come back and stuff. So and that, like, when I get messages like that, and that really helps motivate me to actually go and do it. It is time consuming, but I mean, it's something that we can still keep going, and it will come back, and I will start doing that again. So yeah, man, it kind of just popped up like, hey man, I'm gonna do this. It's a good idea. Some of the guys agreed to it, and I just did it.
You got to give the people what they want.
Oh, definitely. They want a story, I'll give them a story.
Right. I just find it, interesting. It's not like, a sit-down interview like we're doing now. Like, you're actually out, in the wild, so to speak, and you're actually
Yeah,
doing an activity together. You know, I,
yeah.
Everybody has their gimmicks, so I thought it was a really good gimmick.
Yeah, it was great, man. Like the working out stuff too as well. It's actually part of my workout journey. So I said, you know what, let's do this stuff in the gym. Like that's one thing that I was doing consistently, was going to the gym. I mean, I still do, but like then it was like every day. So I just, guys gave me days, and we went out and we went to go do them. And that's what came out to. They wanted to do the workouts and do as well. They saw the workouts that I provided, and they were just like, I want to do them. A lot of the ones that they don't like is that actually at the end, which is the 20 minutes on the Stairmaster, and it was 100 reps of tricep to pull downs. It was 100 reps, increments of 20, starting from the heaviest weight that you can do all the way up to the lightest weight when you get up to the 100. And by the time that was done, arms were just flabby. Same thing for me, flabby. So I couldn't get them up. I couldn't get them going. I tried to hold the camera or whatever, and it was heavy too as well. But yeah, no, it was cool, like getting those guys in there and having them work out with me and stuff, because it showcased how much they want to do this too as well. It showcased how much they loved the business, and how bad they wanted to make something of themselves, rather than just going in for an interview and just doing nothing.
Sounds like, a great adventure, I would say.
Oh
Now,
yeah, it is.
on to Mike's bizarre adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Let's see. A lot of my road stories aren't as exciting as a lot of people think. A lot of so let's see, what's a good one? What's a what's a good one? Oh, okay, I'll tell you right here, right here. So, before I started training at Dog Pound when I was with TWA, we went to a I wouldn't say it was bizarre, but it was hectic. I'm gonna let you know it's hectic. We were on our way to what was it, New Mexico? Yeah, it was. We were on our way to New Mexico, and we had left, I believe, late night. It was like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then we went. We traveled through the night and day to New Mexico. 24 hours, no sleep, and it was insane. But we had stopped at a gas station. We were filling up whatever, and we were filling up whatever, and then we had a guy. His name was DJ Battle. He's a pretty cool guy. He's one of my good friends too as well. Believe he's wrestling out with San Antonio Style Wrestling right now, and he's their champion over there. He's usually the one that we always have to wait on. So we stop at a store, he's like, damn, I gotta get this. He goes and he buys the whole store, he brings it in, and we're just kind of like waiting there. Well, when we were traveling in New Mexico, when you're traveling with no sleep, anything can set you off. Anything can set you off.
Right.
So we went there, we traveled there, whatever. He went inside we all went inside the store. Of course, he was the last one out. We booked it. We booked it on him. I wasn't driving. I promise you, I wasn't driving. But we ended up leaving him at the store, and he had to go. I think my coach had to go and get him and bring him back, because we were just like, dude, taking too damn long. Getting whatever the hell you're gonna get. We're waiting there forever for you, and yeah. So it's just like, it's pretty much one of probably like the most bizarre things. I mean, they haven't really set and like gotten to anything where we're too crazy. I think maybe second to that would probably be when we had to go save my coach Rodney from one of the guys that he was traveling with, that the car had broke down. So we had to go from, where were we at?
That was Morovic.
Oh, we were in Arkham. Yeah, we were, huh?
That was Morovic that was stranded, right?
Yes, it was. Yes. And freaking we were in Arkansas, and we had to drive to like the edge of Oklahoma to go pick him up and save him and stuff. And I think that was pretty much like second to the first story that I told you. There's not too many. I haven't seen too many crazy things, and even on top of that, I was asleep for most rides too as well. So
yeah, I think
I try to stay up as much as I
can. The way that he described it, it seems like Morovic still has PSTD from that trip.
Oh yeah. Those were one of those moments, like man, like it was like, damn, I really gotta like start checking on shit now,
All right.
So, but yeah, that was a pretty cool moment though. It was, it sucked, but I mean at the same time, everybody got home safely, and
Yep.
and we all stayed in contact with each other. We, communication and everything, so everything was all good.
Now, we've been talking about Mike Biggs. Could you tell us about Mikey Stickyfingers?
Oh man, you did your research. You found, okay, so yes, Mikey Stickyfingers. Let's talk into that. So I have a secret hobby that not a lot of people know about. Is I do a little bit of fingerboarding, which is skateboarding on your fingers. I also skateboard as well. That's what I also skate as well. And I've been doing that for about, I would say about 16, 17 years. And that came about when I was a freshman in high school. I had a buddy who had gotten one from a website called Flat Face Fingerboards, and he was like, "Yeah, man, it was yeah, I got this." And he told me, I go, "How much was it?" He was just like, "Oh man, it's $60." And I was like, "Man, my skateboard cost $60," you know. But I fell into it, and I told my mom, "Hey, it's $60, but and I waited a little bit before I could get one, but I ended up getting one. And me and my buddy Rick, we ended up doing that in high school and stuff. Got in trouble for it for some reason. I have no idea why. What's so bad about having fingerboards or tech decks or whatever you want to call them? But yeah, the teachers would try to take them away from us and stuff like that. But I mean, it was something that I picked up, and it stuck with me on and off till now. And I am sponsored, so too as well. So I get free boards and merchandise and stuff here and there. And yeah, I mean, it's just something that I've been doing for a very, very long time. And I mean, I still love doing it. I still do it to this day. I mean, if you looked at my profile, I'd make a lot of edits, and that's where a lot of my videography is. That's why I said videography and editing and stuff like that is stuff that I like to do. And that's another part of it right there, with all the edits and the cutting and stuff like that, with the music and putting stuff together and shit, and making like a skateboard video part. But yeah, that's something that's been with me for pretty much most of my life.
And there's actually tournaments when it comes to these things, no?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's tournaments. There's events out, which I like to go to, are out in Dallas, for the Gone Fingerboarding guys out there. Shout out to Benny and Gio, and my sponsor is also out there in, I believe, Austin, if I'm not mistaken, Central Texas. Shout out to Tricky Fingerboard. Shout out my boy Jordan. And yeah, I mean, the events over there are cool. They have trick contests, they have game of skate contests, they have best trick contests, jam sessions, and stuff like that. But it's more for to go there and hang out with the guys. Hang out there. Get not talk about life and catch up with each other and hang out. Have a beer or two. Bless you. Have a beer or two. You good. Have a beer or two and kind of just talk about life and stuff like that, and then go inside, have a little sesh, and then go back outside again and talk some more. It's more about the community than it is actually fingerboarding.
It sounds like it's a rather big community, considering I didn't know that this was actually a thing.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, man. It was it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think that it's not a thing, man, but it is, man. They host big events. They have their big event here, called, not in San Antonio, but in Dallas and stuff. It's called Texas Rendezvous, and that's where everybody comes from all over the world and the country, and they come and they hang out and they do what they do and stuff. So it's cool to see a community like that actually comes together. Same thing with wrestling. Yeah, in wrestling you got your how do you say, your politics and stuff like that, but you always find that group that's all about just doing it for the love of whatever you're doing, especially for the love for wrestling, you're doing it for the love, and you're doing it for, because this is what you want to do. Fuck the politics. The politics don't need to be coming in between anything. And it's the same thing with fingerboarding. Fingerboarding, I believe, it's the same thing. There's always going to be people who are about politics, but there's more people that just do this to do it and love it and have fun with it and keep it a positive environment, and not let politics ruin anything. And that's the community that I'm in, here with the guys here in Texas and San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, all those guys, from all of there, we're all a tight-knit group. We have our own group chats, and we just we talk our shit, and we when we have meetups, we have meetups. So I mean it's a cool place to be at, and it is and I mean it is majority the skater community, but I mean anybody is welcome. Anybody of any caliber, anybody of any hobby, sport, or whatever the hell they do is welcome in the community. So we don't deny anybody.
All right. Now, can you tell us about your love of Scream?
Oh, I love Scream horror. I'm a big horror fanatic. I love horror. Horror is my jam. As far as Scream though, Scream fan since I mean obviously the movie days, the first movie. I mean it was what I love about it is that it's comedic, but at the same time it's thrillerish, you know, and it's always a mystery because in those movies you're thinking, holy crap, is he the killer? Is he the killer? Is she the killer? Is she, you know what I mean? Like it always keeps you guessing. But yeah, Ghostface has always been a big one of mine. It's between Ghostface and Michael Myers. I love Michael Myers. Only when I actually wore a Michael Myers costume for a Halloween event in Harlingen, Texas, and I came out with the mask, the thing, my boots, a knife, well, fake knife, obviously. But yeah, I mean, but Scream, like he's I've always liked Scream. I think it's just the way he looks. Honestly, it's just he looks cool. I love the mask. I have my own costume of his too as well, and and it's just a love of horror for me. And Michael Myers and Scream just became my favorite slashers. But yeah,
What's your favorite Scream movie?
my favorite Scream movie will always be the original, but number three will always have a place in my heart. For some reason, I love Scream 3. And a lot of people don't like Scream 3, which is, I don't understand why. Because that one was a crazy mystery. I wouldn't even have guessed that it was her brother. But, yeah, no, but yeah, Scream 1, I mean, it's the original. That was probably like the scariest one for me, but Scream 3, hands down, is the best one. Well, in my opinion, is the best one.
Okay. Now, can you tell us about your tattoos and if there is any significant meaning behind them?
Oh yeah, man. When I get tattoos, my tattoos always come with meanings. On my left arm, on my left forearm, sorry, I have a Vegeta tattoo in Super Saiyan Blue, and in it is a breast cancer ribbon that is ripped apart with my mother's name on it. My mother is a breast cancer survivor, and that's that meaning. But the Vegeta meaning is a lot more intimate as of how it pertains to me. Um, Everybody always, asks me who's your favorite Dragon Ball character, going back to Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball in general, and they always expect me to say Goku, but Vegeta has always been hands down my favorite. It's because of Vegeta's character development and in the series, in the entirety of the series, from being a evil person to becoming the world's savior. You know what I mean? Like the fighting for the world to save the world. And that stems from just him maturing and him realizing, like, just him spirit, the fighting, and then he has his family and stuff. Well, and that's kind of like the same for me. Like my character development when I had first started out was, I was, like I said, I was a couch potato, lazy as can be, didn't want to do anything with my life. And then when I started training and started working out and started wrestling and started doing all that stuff, everything just started to go up from there. So I was less angry. I didn't, wasn't a dick or, sorry, excuse me. I wasn't,
you can curse, that's fine.
no, it was a burp. I had a burp.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, but yeah, it was just, it's this character development, and like I say, like I developed as a person, from having this really negative thoughts about myself to actually being confident and telling myself that I can actually do this, and that I can fight, and that I can fight, and then I can keep going, and that I can actually make it. And then sure enough, it happened. So that's what the Vegeta tattoo is. That's just a symbolization of my character development. On my right arm, on my right forearm, I have "No Matter What." That is a family tattoo. Everybody in my immediate family has this tattoo. And what it is basically saying, like, I got you no matter what. Like, no matter what you did, no matter what you say, like, I'm always gonna love you. I'm always gonna be there for you. That was another one. That's what that meaning is basically is. On my right arm, on the top, or my like on my bicep or tricep, whatever, I have in Japanese letters, hope, faith, and love. And this is for my sisters. These are for that tattoo is specifically for my sisters. That's a lot of what my sisters gave me. They gave me a lot of hope and a lot of faith and a lot of love, as it says on my arm. And they pretty much kind of like, they did everything they could to help me, but not just me, my wife and everything. They did, when I was in my lowest of lows, they were there, and they helped me, they helped me, get up from where I was. And like, when I had nowhere to go, they provided a place for me to be at and stay and stuff, so that way I can get on my feet, and then go and live my life normally like I am now. So that's that one. I well the this I have another tattoo on my right forearm. It's a little Grim Reaper. It's the skate icon for blind skateboards. I just got it just to get it. I mean, yeah, I love skateboarding and stuff like that, but it just, it's cool to have a little guy right here, a little death. And then I actually have one on my right ankle, that no one really sees a lot, and that is, in high school. Like, this is where I come back. This is where skateboarding and everything came from. In high school, we actually had a skate group, and a skate group called Omega Skate Crew. We were called Omega Skate Crew. So a lot of us got a tattoo, like, on whatever, of the Omega Skate Crew. It's an Omega symbol with a skateboard at the bottom, and yeah, and that just became like a thing. Like, we had Omega Skate Crew for like 4 years, and then everybody graduated. Some of them went to the military. Some of them went to college. And then some of us went, and we lived life the best we could and stuff, and that just became that. But yeah, but that tattoo was the first tattoo. I got that tattoo when I was 16 years old. No, sorry, 17 years old. I was 17 years old when I got that tattoo, and it was by my ex-girlfriend's brother's friend, who didn't know how to tattoo for shit, but it came out pretty good. Granted, I didn't know how to take care of a tattoo then. I just kind of just kept it clean. I didn't know I had to put like healing ointment and stuff on it, so it didn't come out the prettiest. But I mean, it's cool. But yeah, so that's say it again.
Oh, continue. I cut you off.
Oh, no. No, I was just gonna say, and that's pretty much about all the tattoos that I have. I do want to get more. Once you get tattoos, it's kind of hard to stop wanting, not wanting to get them. So I mean, I do want to get more.
And what are your what do you have in the works?
Well, I want to finish my left arm sleeve. It's actually going to be a Dragon Ball sleeve. I have Vegeta on my front forearm. In the back, I want to get Goku.
Okay.
In his Ultra Instinct form, and then on the top, I want to get Beerus, in his full power form. Okay. That's the plans that I got. Yeah, for that one.
Now I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
The first 3 songs on my movie soundtrack: Life is Beautiful by 6 a.m., okay. Enemy by Seven Dust. I think that's what they're called. Enemy by Seven Dust. And what is it? There's this other song. This is a song. My other old walking song, intro song was what's it called? It's by Delinquent Habits. Return of the Threats by Delinquent Habits.
Okay. Well, definitely a
Yeah.
solid 3 picks to say the least.
Oh yeah, they are, man. So I mean, the reason why I chose those songs is because the "Life Is Beautiful" by 6 a.m. was a song that I used to walk out and when I was doing the backyard wrestling stuff. Delinquent Habits, Return of the Tres by Delinquent Habits was when I was my government, and then the third one. Which one would I tell you? What was the game? Sorry, I already forgot.
It was
Oh, Seven Dust. Yeah, Enemy by Seven Dust. Because I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs from Seven Dust. Is Enemy. Yeah, and I feel like that's a good song to have in a movie that I would be in because it's a good song.
hell yeah. Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays you? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, let's see. We're gonna have to think on this one because not a lot of people can be like the Maniac Mike Biggs. The Maniac Mike Biggs is only one guy, and that's hard to replace. But if I would say anybody, is this pertaining to celebrities? Can I choose a celebrity or
Yeah,
right?
You could pick whoever.
All right, cool. If I want anybody to play me, let's see. I definitely would want. What's the dude's name that played I don't know what's his name. He's a dude that plays give me 1 second. Let me think. I'm trying to get his name out, but it ain't coming out.
From what so?
Let's see. Literally had it on the tip of my tongue and then it went. That happens to me. Have you ever seen the one that plays he plays Venom.
Tom Hardy?
Yeah, Tom Hardy. And I like Tom Hardy. He's a good guy, he's a good action guy. I loved him in the Warriors where he actually fought his own brother. Which was pretty good. Dude's badass. Dude's a fighter. And he's a brawler, and that's kind of like what I'm about. If it's a movie about me, it's got to be a movie about what I do and stuff like that. And I feel like he would fit the script because I loved him when he played Bane. He's very ruthless, very intense, just like he was in Warriors. And that's kind of how I am. I'm very ruthless and stuff, and I would like somebody who can keep that same energy. And I believe that's what Tom Hardy does.
Gotcha. Now that we have you casted, every movie has a supporting cast. Who is 3 people significant to you and your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
Let's see. We got the Puerto Rican Machine Modovic, a very good friend of mine. He would probably be in there with me.
Okay.
And because Modovic had a lot to do with helping me with my career too as well. He helped me a lot. Play him. Shoot, man. There's a lot of guys that actually play him. Let's see. Bald. He's got a beard. Sweet, man. Let's go with Vin Diesel on that one. Vin Diesel can grow a beard, right?
I would hope so.
Vin Diesel's a good action star. They're about the same size too as well. If we're comparing size too as well, I believe him and Vin Diesel have a really good stocky set. Of course, you got to have my tag partner in there, EB, and EB would probably Evie would probably be played by like what's his name? He's he plays in super bad, has the curly afro, has the curly hair.
Oh, Jonah Hill.
Yes, Jonah Hill. It would probably be Jonah Hill. They have like the same type of body structure, and the way the funny when the way he's is funny is kind of how Eric is. It's pretty hilarious. And then who else do we got? Let's see. These are hard questions. This is a hard one. This is a hard one, man. You put me on the spot like this. But in the third one, let's see who else had a big part of. I'm gonna say it. I would have to choose people who are a big part of like my career as well. And I'm gonna go with what's in? Let's see. A lot of people did a lot of my community, a lot of my career, whatever. Let's do. You know what? I'm gonna be that guy. I want to put my wife in there too as well. And the reason why is because without her, I don't think I would be here today. She's the reason why I was able to, put like my all into wrestling, and she gave me that opportunity to do it. And who would play her? Let's see. If she is very dark complected, I'm not gonna lie, but I love it. So I'm gonna go with man, I don't know a lot of celebrity names, but I know what they look like, which is insane. So let's see. Well, many movies, honestly. This one, um, mm, mm. I'm gonna backtrack a little. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's. So yes. So yeah, my wife and let's see. Yeah, man. Thinking is hard. Thinking is very hard when I'm trying not to overthink on this, and I'm overthinking on this. But it's okay though. Yeah. No. If anybody had to play my wife, ooh, I know exactly who could play my wife. All right, so you know Taraji P Henson.
Yes.
Yes, her.
Okay.
Perfect. Attitude is fierce, and my wife's attitude can be fierce. And she sets me straight a little bit, and and as a real person, Taraji P Henson is that girl, is that woman, and I believe like my wife, she is that woman too as well. So I mean, like if anything, it would have to be Taraji P Henson, just because the fierceness and the attitude and the like getting on you and setting you straight is there. Definitely.
Okay. But this is sounding like a great movie, a blockbuster to say the least, and you could pre-order the tickets now.
Oh yeah.
Now onto a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Love it. It's my favorite pizza. There's this spot that I like to go to. It's down the street from me. If you ever come to San Antonio, Texas, it's in the Wonderland of America's Mall, and it's a shopping center. It's right here down the street from me. The place is called Goomba's Pizza, and they serve the greatest homemade pizza you can ever eat. I'm telling you, it's crispy. It's the cheese is amazing. It's melted perfectly, and their ham and pineapple is amazing, and I love it. That yeah, but pineapple on pizza is definitely my thing, and that's a thing that I do. I mean, I'm a fucking maniac for crying out loud. Of course, I'm gonna love pineapple on pizza. Like, how is that? How is that even a question? You know what I mean? But yeah, like this by far, like if you take me to any place and you say what pizza you want, I'm gonna say, give me that Hawaiian, that ham on that pineapple. You know, that's me right there. Anybody got anything to say about it? I got a face that you can say it to.
Okay, so pro pineapple on pizza. But
Definitely.
there might be an asterisk on that because he is a maniac. What's your spirit?
Definitely.
What's your spirit Pokemon?
My spirit Pokemon, Gengar. Love Gengar. Gengar is he's a dark menace, but he's also cute and cuddly.
I feel
Yeah.
like you have
So
that
that
ready to go. You've thought about this.
oh yeah, man. Gengar, man. I don't know. My like when I was a kid, like I mean, of course, I love Pokemon, whatever, and I wasn't that much in deep into it like that up until like me and my cousin Ozzy, we started hanging out a lot more, and he got me into like trading card games and stuff. And so when I picked up Pokemon, his favorite Pokemon was Gengar, and like I mean, I hung out with my cousin like all the time, like every single day, we were kind of like chilling, and on the weekend we would go to card shops and like we would be there up until like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning playing Magic and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, naturally Gengar would be my favorite, and he's been my favorite. So I have like collectibles, and even on Pokemon Go, he's my buddy that I walk with. So I mean, so yeah, Gengar is definitely hands down my favorite. I mean Charizard, of course, but that's everybody loves Charizard. Charizard is that Pokemon. But Gengar, he's something that you just don't expect. Gengar is very how do you say, what's that word? He's very unpredictable. Like when he learned fire moves, that was like what the hell? I remember when he learned that move. For shit, it's been a while since I've seen that episode, but I remember when he glowed red around him, the fire glow, and then he ended up doing the fire move that was getting taught by him. He was learning from the other fire Pokemon and stuff. So it was pretty cool to see that. So I was like, damn, like, this dude's done it. He can learn anything he wants to. And on top of that, he's a ghost. So hey,
Hell yeah.
yeah, man.
All right. Now we love the late great Tracy Sputters on the show. Do you know the acronym for Thug? THUG.
For what again?
Do you know the acronym for Thug? THUG.
And what is this pertaining to again?
Tracy Smothers.
Remind me who that is again.
Pro
Yeah.
wrestler, a part of the full-blooded Italians, even though he was Irish. Legend in the Southeast? Southeast?
Mhm. Okay, cool. So I am going to be honest with you on this one. My history in pro wrestling is horrible. It's very horrible. As when I came into the wrestling business, I was not a fan. I came in just to do it, and then I ended up recently becoming a fan. So I just started looking back at that history. But I'm more than happy to learn. So if you want to give me some knowledge, you can throw some knowledge at me, man. I'm here to listen.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, 'cause a dog can't spell.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so I gotta like look this up now because I wanna actually see them. So I really do like watching all the old school stuff. When it comes to like watching like matches and stuff like that. But I've never really like got deeply into like the actual storylines and stuff like that. I was just watching matches to like get my own get my own ideas and stuff like that, and try to pick and choose and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, like I need to start looking into this history, man, because as I'm going and talking to more people, I'm learning about a lot of new things. Like in April 11th, in my show out there in Seguin with Premier Event Wrestling, James Ellsworth is actually going to be there. That's his show. He's actually the one that's throwing that show. So, and I just learned. I mean, I know who he was. I've seen him like in his match and stuff, but I had no idea he had a connection with Vince McMahon. They called him Chins McMahon and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I was like, okay, cool. So I didn't really know much about that, but I mean, I know who he was in wrestling because I've seen like some of his matches and stuff. So it was pretty cool to see, and then like learn like his feud with like who was it? Was it with AJ and
Yeah, AJ
uh,
Styles.
AJ? Yeah, it was with AJ. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So I am sorry, but I mean, I am starting to pick up on some of the history, and as I'm going and watching all this stuff. So bear with me on this.
No worries. We love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. So if you Google his name after the show, then I consider that a win. So
Definitely, well, that's definitely what I'm gonna do because I got to, and I gotta learn who this guy is, and I gotta see him work, because I mean, it can also be a learning experience for me.
oh, definitely. Now, weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
I'm gonna give you the Maniac answer. The Maniac is gonna say, "The hell yeah, I'll wrestle a Rock, and I'm gonna make that Rock look damn good, and that Rock's gonna make me look good. I'll wrestle anything, anything. I told you from the very beginning. I'm not scared of anything or anyone. And if a Rock comes and wants to step up to me, then the Rock is gonna get the Rock is gonna get what the Rock is gonna get, and that's gonna be a manic beatdown."
Well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So,
Well,
I mean, they call
I
him
gotta
Psycho
get my
Mike
food
for
to
a
my
reason.
sleep then. Oh, wow, that's cool. I mean, hey, a lot of people do a lot of things, man, and wrestling a Rock is probably gonna be one of them. I mean, I've seen a guy wrestle a broom, and I've seen a guy wrestle a tent. Shit, I've seen many people wrestle invisible guys. Why
Yes.
not wrestle a Rock?
Hell yeah. Just recently somebody wrestled Invisible John Cena, so to
Yeah,
each
and I
their
saw
own.
that, and I thought that was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because it legit looks like that somebody was there doing this to this man. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's gonna make you look good no matter what. John Cena is gonna make you look good no matter what, and that's it.
The GOAT, as they call him.
Yes.
Alright, on a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where I see myself in 5 years, man, hopefully I see myself on the top because it literally took me 4 years to get here, which takes most people many years to get to where I'm at right now. And in 5 years from now, I'm counting on myself on being one of the top guys here in Texas, and hopefully getting signed soon.
Okay. And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off you as a pro wrestler?
So I have a match that was actually was showcased as a match of the year, and that was it was my match against DJ Battle, and it was I think it was a no DQ, I think it was a street fight. I think we had a street fight, I think. And when we legit beat the hell out of each other. We went and we did everything that we could. We had the crowd following us out. It was raining, and we had the crowd outside with us in the rain as we were fighting. I threw them against dumpsters. freaking, I socked him in the back. He threw me against the garage, like those garage doors that open up halfway, and he threw me into it, which had me fall straight on my back on the concrete. I got gashed on my elbows. Threw him on the walls. I power bombed him on the table. I power bombed him on the trash can. We both almost knocked each other out with wet floor signs. I got a belt. We whipped each other with belts. We punched each other. We kicked. We did everything. We did everything in that match possible. And at the end, he got me with the spear on the ground, and I was out for the 3. And that was it. And the crowd went ballistic. It went crazy. Like when I heard the recording on my phone when the crowd cheered, my speakers on my phone almost blew out because of that. So, yeah, it was an intense match. It was a lot of that was like in the beginning of my career as a professional wrestler. And we outdid the main event. We weren't even the main event, which is a crazy thing. I think we were like in the middle, I believe, match like 4, I think. And as soon as we went to the back, man, those guys were mad. They were mad. Because they were like, how the fuck are we supposed to beat that? I was like, well, if you're a good fucking worker, then you'll know how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, like we did our thing, do y'all's thing, show out, whatever. And I'm gonna tell you, that match was the loudest match of that night. Was definitely the loudest match of that night. And that's when we got our certificates for match of the year. And that was probably one of the matches that I would say that I myself like to go back and watch.
And can we find this on YouTube?
Yes, you can. Full match, no. Highlights, yes. But the highlights are basically the full match, just without all the middle shit. But yes, it's on my YouTube channel at the Maniac, Mike Biggs, and yeah, you can find it there.
Okay. Perfect. And if it's on your YouTube, I'll grab the match from your YouTube and I will put a link to it in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox for anybody that hasn't seen it, wants to see it, wants to re-see it after this interview.
Awesome.
And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom. No.
I'm sorry.
We are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom. Dun, dun, dun. This is our speed round or bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Greatest wrestler of all time.
Undertaker.
Worst wrestler.
Ooh. The worst wrestler. Holy crap. Man, I would have to give it to damn, man, I don't really watch a lot of bad wrestlers. Nah, Goldberg. Goldberg's a bad wrestler.
That is the correct answer. Your main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
For me getting the champion, or like for me fighting for the championship?
Yes, your main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Okay. Oh man, me and Roman Reigns will definitely have a blast in the ring.
Oh yeah.
We're both good brothers.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
I would definitely love to walk out with I love Shinsuke Nakamura's music. I'm a big like, yeah, his music is dope. I love his music.
Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is
Alive.
we would have also accepted taste great on toast.
Oof. Gotta try that.
Squash, fruit or vegetable?
I am a fruit.
Yes, it is indeed a fruit. It has
Mm-hmm.
seeds. Tomato logic.
Yes. Yep.
New Japan wrestler Tai Chi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Cheeks to, you say cheeks to butt cheek ratio?
Yes.
Hmm.
Approximately how
5 to 1.
much butt cheek should show in trunks?
Let's see. I'm gonna okay. I would say probably maybe just like a tad bit, maybe not a lot, especially for guys.
So around 10%.
Yeah, I would say about like maybe 10%. Hopefully.
Okay. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No, but my friend has, which is pretty funny. Yeah, we were actually together like at HEB here in Texas, and I think yeah, he was somebody was talking about wrestling, and I believe Darby Allin's name came up because they were talking about the AEW stuff. Oh yes, it was when Darby Allin got thrown off that damn tall ladder into the glass things.
Okay. But he had that conversation.
Yeah, he had to go, not me.
Okay.
I
But
was
with
I
you
was
there,
just there sitting sidelines.
but I mean, technically by association proximity, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it could. Yeah, I guess it could count for that. I was there listening. I was there listening. Yeah, doing the thing.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, I guess I was probably in the conversation still, but yeah, that was a conversation. It was like they were talking about like, oh crap, did you see that? And on AEW, and then my buddy was just like, you mean the Darby Allin thing? And then there was because he had heard the video of him crashing into the glass windows, and and he was just, oh yeah, Darby Allin thing, like, yeah man, that thing was crazy, boom boom boom, whatever. And I was just like, yeah man.
All right. Well, that is the correct answer. And
Sweet.
that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Of course, man. Thank you so much for having me on the show, man. It was a good honor to talk to you, and it was a good conversation for sure.
Absolutely. The pleasure was all mine. And once again, where can we find all things Maniac on social media?
So on Instagram, you can look me up as at the Maniac _ Mike Biggs. On Facebook, it's Mike Salazr. But if you go on my Instagram, on the bottom, you'll see all the links that go straight to my Facebook and everything else, my YouTube and stuff too as well.
Perfect. And you don't have to go looking. Oh, pro wrestling tees for merchandise as well, right?
Yes, I will send you the link because I think I got the link wrong, but I will definitely send you the link and on the correct link
Perfect.
to
And
your messages.
and you, the listeners, you don't have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below. But on YouTube and Castbox, simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give him a damn follow and buy a damn shirt.
Yes, please, because if you don't, I will find you,
Yes.
and yeah, I'll just find you, and then we'll see what happens from there.
He knows Spider-Man. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say wrestling wit, you say entertainment.
Now we do that. All right,
Yes,
cool.
now
Let's do
we
it.
do that. You were a little early, but now we're on time. For our special guest, Mike Biggs, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.